It's a weird line to walk. Like, we got our dog George, and it's like I can say something like, "Who's my good little boy?" But sometimes I say he's my little dog man, and Taylor doesn't like it. The thin line, isn't it? You good little,
Yeah,
no, who's my little dog man?
I joke often that Milo has been fired from our local bodega. He was let go
Like for
for
letting
constantly being late.
oh, I was gonna say he wasn't catching the mice, or
Yeah, he's just a bad employee, so he got fired. He
mm-hmm.
got let
Mm-hmm.
go from the bodega.
Like, yeah, dude, you got to get there on time. They let you sleep on the job. Just get there.
It's a
You got to
great
get
gig.
there.
It's a great gig.
Good morning, paisanos. Welcome back to the Hard Drive Podcast, the first ever podcast to change time slots. You can still download us whenever the heck you want to. But some of you are watching us on Twitch right now on this. I'm going to say morning because it's 11 something where I am, but it's 1 something where Jeremy is. This is going to be a good, we're going to get together and talk about the afternoons and the mornings all
We
at
gotta
once. It's
get
going to be a
mugs or
good,
something
we're
that
getting,
say our names on it.
that's right. That's
I think that's a
right.
thing, right?
Now that we're doing this earlier, we should get mugs that have our names on it.
Yeah.
But no, we are officially, we have been moved from Must See TV Thursday nights to now we are part of the TGIF lineup on
Yes. We used to be
Twitch.
right after 30 Rock.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
now we are the morning.
Now we're 8 hours before Step by Step comes on. It's not
Okay.
great. It's not a
Yeah.
great
It's a
thing.
weird
There's
way
lot
to
of shows in
describe it, but
between.
that's the way that we've chosen.
We're
Is 8
TGIF.
hours
That's,
before
yeah.
step by step.
And then another one, I'm realizing how many nights, this is just like how my weeks used to go in life, because after TGIF, Snick came on Saturday nights. You know what I mean? I was like, half my week was spoken for by the television growing up. It was nice.
Well, I have a question. I wonder if what the fuck? I don't know what that is.
That's
I
a
don't
very open-ended question, Jeremy.
Sorry, I apologize to everyone listening on the podcast who just heard like, the dumb little computer bullshit where it's like.
Hey, listen, if we're a morning show, it's a real third hour drinking wine on the Today Show kind of vibe. Just we're gonna let it slip around here, okay?
Good,
the
good,
curses.
good. And we've been so tight in the past.
Yeah, almost to a fault, I would say. Too
Now, I
focused,
wanted to
really.
see when the show aired, the Mario show aired. But I don't quite know. Because it would be
Oh,
fun.
I saw it before. This one was September 15th, I think 1990. The one
No, but what time it aired?
Oh, yes.
Because wouldn't it be fun? Now, this is not something that we should do because I don't think we could handle it. But there is a world where we do this show on Saturday mornings, and it's a Saturday morning podcast.
That would work. I mean, thematically and everything else. And we're inching our way there at this point, really. Once upon a time, we recorded on Sundays, put it out.
Yeah, we did.
And now we've circled the week. We've come to Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, naming days of the week at this point, folks.
And the point is that we're talking about Mario 3 this week. We got a Mario 3 for us. How much more fun is this show when we don't do it every week?
It's really fun, and maybe it's like I really enjoy writing things and talking to people, but then one of these comes up and it's like, so I just watch a show and make fun of it with my paisano today. Hello,
I don't know. Whatever it is, it's like we're renewed.
And folks, I had a lot of fun. I spoke to Jeremy briefly while he was a few minutes into the episode. He said he was enjoying it. I don't know if it completely 180'd on him or not, but I liked the whole thing a whole lot.
I love this episode. This episode is I don't want to call our shot, but this might be a 10 out of 10 Mario 3 episode. Like I'm kind of blown away by how much fun I had watching this episode.
There's laughs throughout, and what more can you ask for? You know.
So let's just get right into it, right?
Yeah,
so this episode is episode 5. I thought this was episode 3.
I was confused by that. I had to double check our conversation earlier to be like, I'm watching the right one, right? Or are there 2 mummy ones or something? Because it's the third segment. So even if it's like the second episode, the third segment, but YouTube lists it as episode 5. I say YouTube lists it like there's like Mr. YouTube.
Yeah, well, Mr. YouTube.
YouTube's got it listed as episode 5.
Yeah, who cares?
I read that.
Who cares? This episode is called Mind Your Mummy Mommy Mario. And I am 100% sure that they came up with Mummy Mommy first and then built an episode around it.
Something, right? Because it's weird because I still feel like it's like there was all these things in the mix, and they're still like they're dancing around what the right title should have been, but they landed on Mind Your Mummy Mommy Mario.
I think that they came up with the idea of Mummy Mommy, and they were like, let's run with that. Those words are too similar. no one's ever thought of this before in the history of anything.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Let's get this going. Let's start writing this bad boy. We're done. We're basically done. They said we're halfway there.
We got the thing started. You know, the engine's going. We just gotta roll down the hill now.
Now, something we always like to ask our guests on this podcast, Mark. Have you ever seen the Mario show in the past, or?
I'm a guest in my own home. I was going to say, just to remind everybody that we obviously watched a million Mario Super Show episodes. And so this one has that thing of it's still Mario. John Stalker is still the voice of Toad. There's familiarity there, but then also new Mario, new Luigi, new Bowser's children are in there. Why is that?
Because Super Mario Bros. 3 is a play.
That's right. As the curtain comes down.
Isn't that true?
Yeah, I think so.
So they've cast Toad as himself in the play version of Mario. And now in my version of this, Captain Lou Albano Mario and Danny Wells Luigi are in the audience watching these terrific actors play them in the adventures of Mario Bros. 3. That's my headcanon for this, so that it's all within the same world.
They're doing us such justice up there.
Yeah, Luigi's loving it.
Mario, you brought a meatball sub into the theater.
That being said, this still seems like it still believes like I'm reading the chat since I believe. It still feels like a parody to me. You know what I mean? The voice is so wrong to me that it feels like a fucking parody. And there's a line early on that I lost it at. Do you know what line it is?
There's a few really. Let me check my handwritten notes. Is it a Mario line?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to skip the beginning. We'll come back to it. Basically, real quick,
two
of the Koopalings steal a Mario, a mummy. They steal a mummy.
They're grave robbing.
And it's Mommy. Mummy is upset about it. And it cuts to Mario being asleep.
Wait. But this is my favorite bit already.
Just that the mummy looks like Mario?
Well, like just what he's sleeping while he's holding.
Yes, he's holding a wrench and a plunger.
They do a crossfade of this mummy holding a scepter, and they crossfade into Mario sleeping, and he's holding a wrench and a plunger like crisscrossed against his chest, like an X, like a coat of arms or something. You know.
The next 10 seconds are 100% hilarious because it starts with that, which is such a high point. And he's asleep, and he's like, "Oh boy, I'd love to be asleep forever." You know what I mean? He's just like, "I love sleeping," and his voice it truly sounds like just me and you fucking around. Like if we were to do like a parody of it, it just sounds like a goof. Like we're just like, "Yeah, I'm friggin' Mario." You know what I mean? And he's like, "I just love sleeping." And then as soon as he says that, the ugliest looking Toad I've ever seen in my fucking life shows up, and he's like, "Mario, there's a mummy," and he's all upset. And Mario jumps out of bed, and he's like, "We gotta get up! Oh my god!" You know, and it's like the fastest thing I've ever seen. Like the transition of like, "I love to sleep" to being like, "We gotta get out of here." And then the line that he said, because he's so upset about this mummy that he says, "That's gonna scare the pasta out of everybody." Which is like,
it's
what?
And like, yeah, of course it's always going to feel like it feels wrong because it's not Captain Lou and Danny Wells, but it also feels low effort on top of that, you know. Like I really think we had to come in here. P.S. You love me. According to Wikipedia, Adventures of Super Mario Bros. 3 / Captain and Saturday at 8:30 to 9:30 a.m.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it
on NBC.
Deeply. We will not be doing that. It's not going to happen for us.
I mean, we could do it 8:30 my time. That gives you 10:30.
That's true.
But I like this. Let's give Fridays a whirl here. TGIF. Hang with Mr. Cooper's on right after this.
Yeah. I want to play the clip, but
please.
I just want people to think about how funny it is because it's like just the scares like it already sounds like a fake Mario, like it sounds like a parody of it.
Yeah.
And then like the line is almost like somebody like was trying to write Mario but didn't quite know the stuff about like knew that he's like into pasta where he's just like that's gonna scare the pasta out of everybody. It's like, come on, dude, you can't, that's a little too on the nose. He's gonna scare, like, it doesn't even make sense for Mario to say that. Like it's never been something that he says.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna play the clip. It really killed me.
Sure is nice to relax after a rough adventure.
Yeah, I'm so tired, nothing could drag me out of this bed.
There's a mad mummy loose in Desert
mummy back where it belongs before it scares the pasta out of everybody.
He is so ready to go.
Before it scared the pasta out of everybody. Like the way he says
He's
buddy. Like
running
that.
out of it. It's like, dude, you've got your gloves on. You were ready to go. Don't lie to me.
I love sleeping so much. Hey, Mario, there's a mummy and he's attacking everybody. Oh, my God. Oh, Marone, Mario. Oh,
And
my God. Sorry.
He's John Travolta suddenly.
It's so
Hey,
funny.
princess. Oh, my God. The Toad, you're right, is absolutely dog shit too. It's like Toads have always had circles. His blue spots look all like ink blotchy, like a pen exploded on him or something.
Toad looks insane.
There's some requests. We got to play it back.
We will play it back.
We'll
play it back.
That you're right. That hard 180 is so funny.
Also, the just Mario is sleeping in like a fucking. He lives in like the living room. Like he doesn't have his own room. Like if you look. He's just in the living room in like a little cubby. You know what I mean?
And now he's crashing here for a while.
He just looks insane.
Hey, can I sleep here for a while? I only own 2 things, and I sleep with them.
I'm gonna play it again. Everybody, get ready. Brace yourselves. We're gonna play the clip again. Oh my God! Okay. There he is.
Sure is nice to relax after a rough adventure.
Yeah, I'm so tired, nothing could drag me out of this bed.
There's a mad mummy loose in desert land!
We better get that mummy back where it belongs before it scares the pasta out of everybody.
Let's
fucking go!
The Toad doesn't even say hello.
I know, that's the other thing.
He just opens the door.
Is there a barge in if there's trouble policy at the Mario house? Is that the rule? It's like they don't have a bat signal. It's just, no, just come in. We'll leave it unlocked. Come in yelling. Sometimes, if I'm sacked out, just come in screaming. I'll pop right up.
Yeah, they don't have like a bat signal that you can put in the sky. It's just you show up and you start screaming.
Yeah. Hey, I noticed.
Bobby!
I noticed something from watching this scene 5 times. If you go back to where is it? The wide shot of Mario sleeping, where you see that whole apartment. Where did I see that?
Yeah, hold on.
Their whole room there, and there's like a green pipe that's right by Mario's bed.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Yes, his room is insane.
Did you see what's on it? What's on it? It's an empty fishbowl. What happened to the fish?
Oh my God, I don't know. It's all fucked up. It's
and also,
all
hey,
insane.
look. Okay, let's talk about this some more. So we have it's like a big empty room. What are we doing here? We come in and there's a door and there's a big open an area and we have Toad, Princess, and Luigi are sitting in 3 chairs just facing inward, facing each other, and Mario's sleeping. It's just like this is just what they do apparently. You know, there's not a 4th chair that's empty. Is my point.
It's so
that's
good.
why he's so ready to go. He's ready to go. He's up.
There's nowhere for him to even sit if he was invited, but he's not. He's like he's stuck in bed.
Yeah, he's ready to go. He's like, what am I, Uncle Joe over here? Let me out.
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous scene. 2 minutes in, I was losing it. Yeah. Okay, so the beginning of this we should get to real quick. The beginning of this is that the 2 Koopalings are like trying to. I think like the what I like about this episode is that it's kind of saying if you are if you're taking mummies from Egypt, you're kind of a villain.
I'm saying they're grave robbing and shit.
Yeah, they're bad news.
Yeah. These 2 first things we see suck. I couldn't understand their dialogue, and I don't know what chance a fucking kid had at 8:30 a.m. to understand this shit.
What do you mean?
You know, just like the first. Yeah, play their first couple of lines.
We found it! And King Dad thought, wait, mess up this heist, or Pop's gonna have to eat his words.
Yeah, it's certainly it's going a little overboard with those voices.
Yeah, he says something like, "We're gonna do this heist well, and Dad's gonna have to eat his words." So it's like, okay, yeah, I see. But it took me. This is I've seen this a few times now.
It's certainly strange.
And then they laugh for 2 minutes.
Yeah,
and then there's is that a Dry Bones? There's a dry bones.
Oh my god, that is a dry bones in that it is a bunch of dry bones that have shattered.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said a dry bones. Those are some dry bones.
But it's true. I mean, yeah.
It doesn't come back to life.
And they
to my
destroy a
knowledge.
mummy. They're just like fucking evil, dude. Leave
They're like bad
Egypt
kids.
alone.
These are bad kids. Are these two of Koopa's kids, right?
Yeah, these are two of Koopa's
Iggy
children.
and Piggy, or
I couldn't tell you. Honestly, I don't know. We should look it up, I guess, because like that's the show that we're doing. But
standing by Iggy. I think one, if not both of them.
the thing
are
is that
named
they
Iggy.
have different names in the they have different names in the cartoon. So their name are Hip and Hop.
Oh, that's right.
But
Okay,
Hop
yeah.
is Iggy. Hop is Iggy.
So yeah,
Hip is Lemmy. So
but also a little bit of hip hop.
yeah.
That's weird. They're hip hop in this episode.
And then
There it is.
Tara,
Cherendorf.
Cherwin says though. Oh, it's Tara Strong. Oh.
Okay.
Why did it say? That's weird.
Maiden
They gave
name
us like
deal or
3
something.
names. It's just Tara Strong.
Maybe that's how you say strong in a different language.
Anyway, she plays both of them.
Nice.
She's just doing them both. So good for her.
Hey, and she made a Vine where she met Charles Martinet.
For
Martinet.
her. That's great. Love
Marinette.
that. She's she's
Marinate.
killing it. She's been in a bunch of stuff. She's fucking Teen Titans and Fairly Odd Parents. She's Timmy Turner. She's Timmy. She's Timmy Turner.
Cool. That's great. That's a great gig.
We should
Yeah,
get her on
you-
this friggin' podcast.
She would be flattered.
She would be so excited to finally
She would
talk
be-
about it.
She would be really excited to be put in touch with us, I think. What's your favorite Tara Strong story from a convention, Jeremy?
My favorite Tara Strong story. I think I believe you're referencing a bit we did before a podcast episode. It's truly one of my favorite things we ever talked about on this podcast, but we agreed was too.
Did you not end up airing it out? Oh,
No, you told me not to.
you didn't. I thought
I thought you told me
it was
not
on.
to do it.
I don't know. We're being too mysterious. I apologize.
No, maybe I don't think I have it anymore. I think it's probably deleted. But should we tell it again? I mean, do people care? Should we just do it again? It's one of our better stories, but it's like a.
I think it's a funny story. Yeah.
So
It's
what?
just. I'm just worried because if we did tell it, now we're telling.
We are telling it twice. We are 100% telling it twice. All right, this is what I'm gonna do. The only people who know it are people who were in the Twitch chat the first time we told it. But I want to
Okay,
hear
okay,
in the chat, sound off in the chat if you want us to tell this story of. Okay, so people are just saying fine. So okay, this is the story. We've now set it up too much, but basically,
Not great.
Mark and I were. We should just play it on this. I don't care if we offend this person. Do we care? I don't care. Okay.
I mean, we're not lying about anything. I'm not trying to be extra mean.
I'm
or
not gonna be
anything, but
nice,
it just
though.
is. No.
But,
I'll
okay.
good cop it. I'll good cop it if
Okay,
you
you
want.
good cop it. I'll back cop it. So when the podcast was first launching, the Hard Times wanted to like promote the podcasts, the Hard Times podcast and our podcast, and that was basically it. So they
Because we had a few
us-
at once. It was like we launched at the same time as the Hard Times podcast,
Yes.
and it was just like let's push. Yeah.
and we're kind of the the little the ugly
We're the
duckling
weirdos.
of the like the Hard Times podcast is very popular, or not very popular, but more popular than ours, and it's like we interview cool musicians every week.
They've
and ours
had
is like-
legitimately,
Yeah.
I would be surprised if they've been jealous of too many of our guests. No offense to our guests, I love you all very much, but like they just have had a
And
lot
it's
of
just like a
my
real show,
influential
It's like
people
a
on their
talk
show. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It's like
yes.
a thing where they talk to people about their craft, and ours is like
Yeah.
we force cool people to talk about Mario, but most of the time it's just us, and we're hanging out, and we're having fun. But
Yeah.
but they had they hired a publicist to like get us on a bunch of podcasts, and they did, and one of these podcasts, none of them were popular podcasts, but they got us on this one podcast that was like, how would you describe it, Mark? It was like a nerd radio show.
Just a bit of a generic sort of personality list. Here's news from other sources.
Yeah,
Kind
let's
of
talk
like-
about.
Not hurting anyone. Just not really remarkably. I don't
They
know.
got us on
anything.
this. They got us on this show to talk about nerd stuff, and they certainly had never heard of who we were. I don't think they knew we were comedians.
That's the thing. It was a really bad match where I think the publicist, who knows? I don't know much about this publicist. Who knows if they knew what the hell we were doing? We don't know what we're doing. But it was a little bit of just like, hey, here's some guys from Hard Drive, a nerd culture website. They're launching a new
Right.
Mario Brothers podcast. And at no point was like, they write about butts and stuff a lot. And like,
Right.
like they're a bunch of goofballs and idiots and stuff like that. That wasn't expressed. And I think it's like, that's like a tricky thing to realize as a show's happening. You know?
It is. So the show was like think of like if you've ever seen like Red Letter Media make fun of that Nerd Alert show or the fuck where it's just like guys in Star Wars shirts being like, so Star Wars is they've announced a new toy and we're really excited about it. It was like that kind of thing, but like we were on it. I gotta find the fucking video, and we didn't know it was a video. We thought it was on Skype.
Yes, that's right. It was like Skype, right.
We didn't know it was a video, and Mark it's so insane because I think there's one part where you can see Mark be like. You can see him talk to his wife and like, I think it's wrapping up.
Yeah, like mouthing big words. Shrugging, I don't know. Right, and then Jeremy wasn't even on video. But then it was the thing, too, of just like throwing to me about absolutely something I didn't know existed 13 seconds ago. You know what I mean? He's like, now, Mark, what do you think about the new Xenomorph action figures that they... I'm
like, fucking, oh, well, I mean...
Fucking A, man. I'll look at them. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Real excited about,
I think they're whack as fuck, dude. I should have just been really combative.
Yeah, most of it was about like toy conventions and stuff. And so the real thing was that like the very funny thing that happened was that this guy who was just like the nerdiest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life tells us this story about how Summer Glau like tried to fuck him at a convention. Am I telling that wrong?
No, well, I mean, you're telling his version of the story. I heard the story, and I think he almost hit her with, I think, a golf cart or something. And there was a moment that, like he misunderstood as love at first sight, where she was like, is this man getting out of the cart to finish the job? Am I going overboard now?
No. No, sorry. I'm just trying to find it. I think I might have found the name.
It was like, I almost ran into her. And then we had a little moment. And my wife was like, why didn't you act on that? And,
he was like, oh, she gave me a real look. But the look was like, and then he explained like, it was when he almost hit her with his car while like parking or something. I don't know, man. It was just fucking crazy. I'd like to find it. It's very hard for me to find this podcast, but it exists somewhere on it's somewhere on YouTube with like 7 views.
I genuinely felt pretty bad. Like this is fine by me, but that moment happened, like the quick realization of like, oh, it's a video. Oh, I didn't know it was on video.
I'm not even on video for the whole thing.
I was like doing stuff, like I don't know.
Right? Like because I think
you weren't on there at all. You weren't on there at all.
I really want to find it. I'm so upset. I'm just like looking through my emails and it's like I can't find anything where like I don't even think they knew what our podcast name was, so I can't just search for like Super Mario Bros. Super Show or whatever. Like it's
I know how to find it, Jeremy.
Do you actually know how to find it?
No, I was being overly confident, and I don't think.
What are you searching?
It's like if you put our names in together. On
I YouTube, did. I've already tried this.
There's only so many things.
But they don't. I don't think they even named us in it. Okay. Like I don't think that's how hard it is to find. Yeah. Where it's mostly just our videos, and then for some reason you doing stand up.
Yeah, which nobody wants to see.
There also is just like the Super Mario Bros. Intro, which is interesting. That if you search Mark Roebuck.
Okay, see, I like that. I like that a lot. I care for that synergy. Like I said, I'm Nintendo. Hey, I'm Jeremy Nintendo. I don't know why I chose the name Jeremy. Let's watch it. Hey, I'm Walter Nintendo. I'm head of the thing. I'm hiring people. I'm gonna throw it on the old YouTube because that's what the kids are on, but not the young kids, not TikTok. I want the middle-aged kids.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm gonna come up with these funny boys. Look at that.
I really want to find it, but now I it might be gone. It might be lost to time. I found it once, and it wasn't like I think only because I, remember what it was called when that happened. But I don't know. I almost want to like pause the podcast and find it, but
No, we'll circle back. Hey, look, I got a funny bit planned for next week. You can drop a little link.
Yeah. Wait,
I don't know.
Real quick, do a vamp. Just give us a quick vamp.
I'm vamping. What? Well, Joe just got here. I'm Joe, who we explained earlier at the top show that we're on TGIF now. We got moved from Must See TV, but he's late, so we could just start over. I make that joke too much.
I mean, it's always a good bit. We always like that bit.
We love the bit, folks. I think I was privy to that in stand-up, too. It's always in the back pocket. The fake start over, That was a good move.
I'm gonna find it next week. I will find this. I will find the video and I will play it for us. Just a clip of it because I think it's like 2 hours long. I thought one guy left in the middle.
We did have that God Mike guy that was just like an hour into the thing was like, hey, Tony, could you check what your that Anakin figure came out? Yeah, it was 1999. Thank you, Tony. Where the fuck that guy
come from? Yeah, I would like to find. I would like to at least find the clip of what's it called, the Summer Glau story, because I feel like even in my own head I've made it better, but I remember it being like that. You know what I mean?
But also you're gonna need some time because it's one thing to find the show now, but even to find the show, you have to find that story within the show, right? And that might be an endeavor because, as I recall, the episode was 19 hours long.
It was quite long, but I have a good sense of when it is. I think it's like in the second half at least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's shortly after they asked me my best convention story, and in my head I was like, "Oh, I watched indie wrestling at a half-assed convention in Detroit one time. Can I talk about wrestling now?" Like that was about it.
Oh, it's killing me. I know that I'm going to find it as like the second that the podcast ends, which is going to kill me.
Yeah. And since I am thinking about it, I'll just relay that story real quick. I was watching wrestling and it was funny because now you shouldn't make fun of people, but there's something about when you see a good villain doing it, it's funny. You know what I mean? Like, so they can say things that are funny that you shouldn't say to people, but it was at a convention and there was wrestling and there were people dressed up and there was the bad guy. And right before he, before you do like a pile driver or a power bomb to someone, there's that halfway step where like they're standing there with their head between your legs and you're about to throw them in the air or whatever. He's in that middle ground and he looks in the crowd and he points and says, "This is for you, fat Superman." And then he does the move to the guy. I turned around and there was a heavy set man dressed as Superman. I was just like, this is a once in a lifetime affair. I'm standing in the middle of. So
you saw that live?
That was live. That was the kind of things that only happen at a wrestling show in a comic convention.
That rules. I love that.
Yeah. So I was like, don't make me laugh at that. Come on. This guy's out here having fun. God damn it. But
God damn it.
It's good. It's good. It's good heel work, baby. We should do the
what?
Our podcast.
We should. I know. I just okay.
We have time. No, but hey, luckily we're breaking down an 11-minute episode. So
yeah, no, okay. Let's talk about this podcast. I'm frustrated now, but let's do it.
It's okay. I can do the show. I can do the show if you want to look.
Yeah, no, tell us where we are. Tell us where we are.
I can call on you once in a while, like Tony on the podcast.
The next thing I have in this is I don't understand the tent bit.
Yeah, there's a weird house on top of the tent. Don't like it. I don't think we really need it.
Okay.
Let's cut that from the podcast.
Cut that.
No. The next thing I like is like, so there's some shit happening because there are these grave robbing people and stuff, and then the mummy is upset. They awaken a mummy.
Yeah,
by doing that.
Mommy.
And I don't understand why the mummy looks like Mario. Is that a coincidence? I know, because then later, because also we're doing some classic Mario storytelling here, folks, where it's like they think that someone thinks that one of the characters is their kid for like no
that's basically
reasons.
what it is. Like I think that the Mario writers for some reason have a real boner for like, what if someone thinks Mario is their son and treats Mario like a little baby? And
right.
He's into that. He's like real into that.
It's too often. It's like the very first episode was maybe a Toad thing, or was it? It was Birdo thinking,
right?
Mario, right? Or I mean, but then
like it's all happened before.
It's come up too many times.
It's just very odd. This one's even funnier because it's, again, Mario sounds fucking insane. So it's just a lot of like, "Hey, lady, I ain't your fucking son, all right?"
Oh my god. There was just the way he says. There's like a quick thing. He where is it? I think it's right here, like 350. He comes up and says, "Excuse me, Miss Mummy," and just the way he said that, I thought was great. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I also really like the Mummy's voice. I want to give them credit because I feel like this episode could have been very racist. Like they had the opportunity to be racist.
That's true.
And you know they'd like to be. Given the opportunity, they would love to be racist.
I know. It's like nice that thought didn't cross my mind because they didn't force it to. But you're right.
You know what it makes me think? I feel like, you know how when we did the old show, we said that it felt like they were trying to rush it out before the 80s ended. Now it's like, guys, it's the 90s.
It is the 90s. This is the first example of, this is like one of the first examples of, hey, it's the 90s.
It's the 90s. Let's just have it be a generic white lady.
Which
is racist in its own way, but at least it's not like a
Right,
white
now it's
lady
just-
doing
it
an
just-
insane accent. It's like
it's just classic Hollywood casting racism.
right. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna play it. 'Cause her voice is just like, "Hello, I'm the mother." She's like, "All right, sure."
Her little prince? What's she talking about?
My little prince.
Every line that he says is funny to me.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
talking about?
Right. Is it right before that though? When he goes, "Hey, Miss Mummy," I'm telling you, that's the good stuff.
Okay, I'll do it right here.
Luigi, Toad, follow me. Mario, keep the mummy from hurting anyone until we get back.
Yeah.
No problem, princess. Excuse me, Miss Mummy. May I have a word with you?
Hey, Miss Mummy. Miss
My little prince. At last I found you.
Her little prince? What's she talking about?
Come, my little prince. Mushroom, come and give mommy a hug.
Yuck. A hug from her could be bad for my health. I better scram. Now for my giant getaway leap. Great.
Wait.
I like that. Yeah, sorry.
I hate that.
giant. You don't like that? Now for my giant getaway leap. Great leap.
Leap.
It's just a little bit like, I don't know. It'd be like a Superman was like, "Now I will fly."
And then
I am flying.
I just like that he commended himself. And now it's time
It's
to
funny.
fly. Great
No, it's
fly,
funny.
Superman.
Exactly.
You nailed
Exactly.
it.
No, I love it. I love it. It's dumb,
Knocked
but I
it out
love
of the
it.
park. But he doesn't. He gets caught immediately. And he looks like a little baby.
Yeah. And then let it. Then when she walks off, Luigi makes me laugh here too.
What is
Wait, he's just kind of. They're taking Mario to the big airship.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, here it comes.
Even my youngest Koopalings can outsmart you do-good dodos.
I dare you to come back here and say that.
Oh no! He's been captured by the marauding mummy!
Now
I'll take you home to our tomb, my son, and I'll never let
Here.
anyone take you away again.
he's been doomed to some tomb.
Oh hell, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Mario,
My
he's
forgiveness,
been
please.
doomed to some tomb and we'll never find him.
That's
is that
it.
The line?
That's the one, I'm
Because
sorry.
I wrote that down as well. He's been doomed
Yeah.
to some tomb.
That's right. It's that 1-2 combo I love. He says Mario's been doomed to some tomb, and then I love what Toad says too.
This is my favorite, or not my favorite, but I really like that in this bit. It's like they're like, if only we had a map. Sure. And then Toad's like, I got a skeevy cousin I could ask.
Oh, I know. I'm
I
gonna
can
be
ask
a
my
tease.
fucking shitty cousin. And it's just like, what? I don't want to ask your shitty
I
cousin.
know. It's like, what? He's
would we-
nearby. What are you gonna? Are you gonna call him? Or is it so weird?
I got a cousin with a map hookup. And then the cousin's like, yo, what's up? I got a map for you. Hey, doll face. You know, it's like weird.
If anyone asks, you found it, dude. Yeah, I'm going to be a tease and say this is my second favorite Toad line when he says his cousin. The next one's coming up. It's not only hilarious, but Toad says a thing. The timing on Toad's joke at the end, towards the end, is so funny. But we'll get there all in time, my friends. Yeah. Let's hear about his cousin though.
We only had a map of the pyramids.
If it's maps you want, I got a cousin who can help.
What?
I got maps to the pyramids, maps to the tombs of the mummies, maps to the houses of the mushroom stars. You name it, I got it.
I just like how much of a dick this guy is.
Such a hustler, like not a good,
I got it.
Just
Like,
a-
all right,
just
dude,
a
you're selling
shady-
to us, asshole.
a shady
Like,
character. It's like, is this? We're not getting like the Toad's cousin deal. You're like shaking me down.
yeah,
What do you need? What do you need? Yeah, it's really
Toad's
strange.
pumped. Look at Toad. He's happy to see his cousin.
I
Look at that
think
big
so.
smile, dude.
I think so. Hey, if it's maps you want.
You need a map? I got it.
Gosh, don't remember that in the games, you know.
No, I certainly don't remember.
And we're I'll give all credit towards too. There's funny stuff in here. This really has a lot more better jokes than a lot of the other Mario shows and stuff like that. But that's like, at what point in the writer's room do you go, hey, what if Toad had a cousin? You know,
Who could
Seems
we
kind
get
of-
here? Well, what if Toad knows someone? Like, let's make it a little more, bring it into the story a bit. Like, why does he have a cousin?
He sells
why does
the
he know
exact
something?
thing.
Well, it's his code.
He sells the exact thing they need, and exclusively that. He sits in a chair all day selling the thing they need. That would be convenient. I agree.
Fucking yeah.
But then I'm complaining. What do I want, Mark? Do you want a scene where they wait in line? Is that what I want? Who cares? It's a 10-minute show. We gotta fucking move, don't we?
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it does move. There's no seconds wasted.
That's right. That's right.
He hits.
I'll take a map to the mummy tomb.
Oh, one more thing too.
Wait, just real quick.
Good choice, your royal cuteness.
Yeah, I don't know. He calls it cute.
Don't
Hey,
love
what were you
that.
saying?
Also, Toad's cousin. One other thing. He's got his head wrapped. I presume he's probably got a Toad thing under there, but he's doing his own thing with it. Eyebrows on the wrapping.
Sure.
And he's got the. I think are those like the cool like Morpheus? And
Yes,
and
100%. He's wearing Morpheus glasses.
that don't have like the things that hang on your ears. It's
The
all
Wachowski
come off your
sisters.
nose.
They saw this show and they were like, "We're stealing that, dude. We need
That's right.
that."
That's Morpheus, dude, right there. Look, it even looks like the way he's holding up that coin, like he is saying some profound stuff, like, in time you'll realize there are no coins or something, like.
Yeah. He's full on Morpheusing in this episode, and it rules.
Neo, perhaps you would like a map to a star's home.
And then the map is just like a screenshot.
I can take you there, Neo. I can show you where Sean Penn lives.
I can show you the tomb, but you must open it.
I like this hybrid thing here.
The map he gives him is just a screenshot of the video game, right?
Oh, is it?
I mean,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
like literally a
Sometimes
screenshot, but it's like some fucking video game shit.
I can't remember. It looks like it's like a overworld with little stages, little pipe,
it's like the
little
most
bonus
obvious
zones.
looking map in the world where it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what did you
Yeah,
you needed just someone to draw a line to the pyramid? Like you couldn't figure that out?
It is the over. There's even like there's like a musical note for one of the squares
Where?
on the bottom, towards the bottom right there.
Very odd. Very, very odd.
Oh my God, he's in World 4-3, dudes.
All right, you are here. Okay, what we need to do is just go left for 20 minutes and we'll be at the pyramid. Like, all right. Good thing we got a map.
It's going to be a lot of paths, making a lot of sharp right angles,
Yeah, it's dumb. Dumb is what I'll call it dumb.
Toad's cousin is a fucking hack. I don't think this is
He really
accurate.
is. He
I think he
really
just
is.
makes these. He sits around making these, hallucinating because he's in the desert sun all day.
I also want to point out real quick, and I don't want to start like a fight or anything. Like I'm not trying to like, I'm not trying to like start shit or anything like that. You know,
You have my attention, sir.
I'm not trying to like. I don't like. This is like a nice podcast where we're nice, right? We're nice
Generally
boys.
speaking, yes.
I swear to God,
I'd like to think so.
I think Princess Toadstool says Mario on it.
She does right here. Yeah,
Yeah,
she
right?
does right here. It's bad. It's this exact scene. I didn't
But you
remember it,
see,
but yeah,
the
you're
prince
right.
looks like Mario.
Dude, I'm just telling you. She's saying it, Mario.
Mario.
That's how I used to say it before I was bullied out of it by our podcast listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm from Long Island.
I dug up that wound with an article recently.
You did. And everyone thought it was about them. Fucking Pat from Castle Super Beast was like, this is literally about me. And it's like, nah, dude. It's old Jeremy.
I mean, there's always been a guy that
there's a
says
bunch of
Mario.
people.
You're not the
Yeah,
first,
course.
I've had plenty of weird friends here.
A lot of people say it who are
That's right.
because more and more people are saying it correctly.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Would you think Mario is?
Well, yeah.
I feel like it's weird though because
Mario. It's hard for me to even say anything now.
Mario. It's hard to.
I feel like I know someone named Mario. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if I think that is just what the name is out here.
Mario. I'm trying to think of other like good like Mario Andretti. I think it's just Mario. I don't know, but
It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. The
Who
point
cares?
is, Toadstool says Mario.
That's right. It's noteworthy. Make a note.
Does anything else happen of note? I think this is a fun little scene. Let's do this. Let's play a little bit of this scene because this is a lot of the like, I ain't your son, lady. And every
right.
time Mario talks is funny to me.
That's fun. Yeah.
Aw, give your mommy a big kiss.
Lady, if you weren't so wrapped up in yourself, you could see I'm not your little boy.
All that running around has made
I'm
it
not your
grouchy.
boy.
It's time for a nice 10,000 years.
It's just nice that like they've created a version of Mario that is like actually like an older man. You know what I mean? Like
He's older, yeah.
He seemed like he's like not being mean. Where he's just like, listen, lady. I mean, I ain't your boy. I ain't your little guy. All right.
Yeah, right.
Like he isn't. He doesn't sound like someone young doing an older voice. He doesn't sound like someone older doing a young voice. He's just not here
for it.
Mario.
Would you agree? I just really looking at where you have it paused right here. I didn't really notice this, but do you think this is a choice? Like Mario's really small, like as the mummy's holding him. So it's like I've taken a hit, like small Mario. So maybe that's a little bit of the misconception. But then it's like, as you can hear from my voice, I actually am a 45-year-old awaiting a knee replacement or something.
If you look at this scene, Mario's real baby-like. I think it just plays into some weird mommy.
That's right.
Shit.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because even the holding, the physicality of that, you're right.
It's just some creepy mommy shit.
They've scaled it to make it kind of work, like
yes,
the mustache and the gravelly voice. But hey, we're here to have fun,
We're here to have fun, talk about the Mario writer's weird fetish.
All right, let's skip ahead to Raccoon.
I was gonna say that's really it's just a fun thing to see, right?
Raccoon Luigi has some good bits. Let's just play it.
Yeah.
Roll the clip.
This steam cloud balloon was a brilliant idea, Luigi.
Yeah, nothing stops Raccoon Luigi.
Doesn't get a line.
Right? Except maybe that Mushroom Kingdom Twister.
Do you think Tornado was copyrighted?
Twister.
They couldn't say the word tornado for some reason.
I think if anything, Jeremy, maybe Twister would be copyrighted if one of the two would be. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Just the way he pauses, where it's like Luigi realizes he can't say the word. Maybe he forgot the word. Because again, this is all play. So in my mind, maybe the actor playing Luigi has forgotten the word tornado, and he stalls because the way he says it.
Mushroom Kingdom Twister.
Yeah, sorry.
Stops Raccoon Luigi.
He pauses.
Yay! Except maybe that Mushroom Kingdom Twister.
You forgot the word tornado. That's my.
I see. I think Twister is just the folksier way of saying it.
Maybe.
Say tornado.
That's true.
Fucking nerds say tornado. Twister is a cool movie. It's a fun board game.
That's true.
I told that joke, I think, for a while, like maybe like when that Battleship movie came out or something. It's like, people knock stupid board game movies, but Twister was pretty good.
There you go. That's a fun bit. That's a fun bit.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to say joke or bit, and I said that's a fun bit.
Happens.
Oh, and then the Goombas. There's some important stuff here because the Goombas show up. These two flying Goombas. And they have hilarious voices. The choices that they make for the Mario, villains is just always shocking to me.
Yeah.
It's never what you expect.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see.
My beautiful balloon.
Now, Luigi has no character in this show.
At least Koopa's guards haven't spotted us.
Until now. Invaders, get King Koopa.
Why would they sound like that?
Yeah, it's not. It's
Invaders.
Very. Hey.
There's an invader. I'll roll it back.
Until now. Invaders, get King Koopa.
Very weird. Very strange voice.
Yeah.
And then they play the Captain N music. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it was again. It's like we're back home, man.
We're home.
Sorry. I get so
And we're
sick
back
of
then.
it.
To the tower.
Yeah.
Mummy case.
Oh, let's get to
We're
it.
here.
Compared to what?
That's when you go back. That was my favorite Toad line that I teased.
To what?
It's the beat. Like he asked him a question, and there's such a great pause, and then Toad nails this. Listen to how funny this is.
Phew. Well, how do you like my special steam-powered mummy sled?
Compared to what?
Also, like the music cuts out, it like echoes in the room. where
It's
he's
so
just, like,
loud, and then it's
he
so quiet. Yeah.
You could see the gears turning in Toad's head before he's like, "I'm gonna fucking own this guy."
And it's not like super clever. It's just so blunt. Compared to what?
What are you talking about, Luigi? You fucking idiot!
Compared to what? I'm overdoing it, but that's so good.
Yeah, it's great.
And then
Just Toadstool, get down here right now.
right around here is when I start fixing up the Twitch, getting it ready for the stream. I don't know what happens.
I'll tell you a couple things. Koopa in this the next scene is like the brats are talking to Koopa. Koopa does a few things that I love. He says he threatens to Koopatate them, which is that like decapitate or something. That's pretty funny. So. And then he has my favorite line of Koopa's in a long time. He says, what is it? Let me set you up. It's before this. Will you go to like what is it?
Sorry, what is it up to?
Okay, well, you go to like, it's like 8:27 or so when like Koopa's, okay, I'm gonna go. I love what he calls himself here.
Good. I'm gonna Koopatate him personally. Come on, Hip and Hop. Watch how King Dad handles things.
King Dad.
He really is retired Koopa.
I love it. Watch King Dad handle it. What the? It's a weird thing.
It's so goofy.
And then
King
Mario
Dad escapes, I think, right?
There's this weird thing where like it becomes like this. So as we heard Luigi bragging about whatever his steam-powered bullshit that no one, including Toad, is impressed with. They are like riding this thing, and then it's with that music you were playing. What accompanies that is this almost like on rails segment where they're just like going downstairs and like Goombas are running up to them and just getting squashed and things like that. And it's one of those, it reminds me of is like those 3D Sonic games. You're like, oh, this is cool, and then you realize, I think if I set the controller down, this would all still be happening. It's they're just going down some stairs and cool stuff's happening. It's fine, whatever. But
my memory of this is that he just leaves. He just jumps up. Wait, that is insane.
He's just wrapped floats up. Yes, yeah, it's like a weird hover.
What does he say anything?
I can't sleep for 10,000 years. I'll get too hungry.
He just floats up through the sky.
Yeah,
that's so weird. Look how they didn't even animate Luigi walking.
I was gonna say the animation from here is a wreck. Like, watch when he comes up and hugs Mario and his hat just appears.
Luigi was walking with 2 frames, just leg up and leg down. Oh my god, his hat just totally appears out of nowhere.
He just squeezes the hat back onto him.
The animation is rough in this show.
I left her in the tomb. No way she can get to us.
I left her in the tomb. I murdered her with a stick.
Do you remember what happens here, how it ends?
Luigi is a fucking ham sandwich with his line. I know that.
So basically they just explain to her that she's wrong, and for some reason she's like, okay. And then, but she's like, oh, that's not really my son. It's Mario. He looks like me, but...
How dare you pretend to be my son? You don't look anything like him.
But
you look exactly like my husband.
Luigi.
Come to me, my darling.
Excuse me, but I gotta find that map salesman and buy a map to someplace else.
Insane line for Luigi. Ridiculous ending.
Like, Luigi, this is the blackout. We need you to crush this thing.
The end. Crazy episode.
Bum, 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 bum. It's a crazy galaxy, folks.
I have 2 questions for you, Mark.
I'm intrigued.
Question number 1.
Wait. I have one question for you.
Okay.
What are they? Sorry.
Question number one. Yeah, I agree. I'm Joe. It would have been funnier if Luigi was into it, but unfortunately the 90s weren't woke yet, so they couldn't have Luigi hook up with this mummy mommy and be like, I guess I'm gonna stay. Yum, 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 yum. Yeah. What would you rate this episode of 10
out of 10? 10 out of 10. As accurately predicted, it's a 10 for me.
It's a 10 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10.
I mean, at this point, we've been spacing them apart. We've watched 4 or so of these, and I can't even, like, obviously the Milli Vanilli one makes a strong impression because it was Milli Vanilli. But beyond that, it's been like that. It exists in that weird space of half familiar, half not. And this is the first one that really made me like, I want to watch more of these, sincerely, because this was like fucking funny throughout.
This was actually fun. This didn't make me want to kill myself like fucking Captain N or whatever.
That's right. And I presume I know your second question, but I don't want to be presumptuous. I don't
What's your
want to assume, and then
favorite
I've made an ass out of
color?
all of us. Oh, that's a good one. I like white because you can like put anything on it.
It's all the colors.
It's like a blank canvas.
Yeah, throw your ratings in the chat. Of course, question number 2 is what is your who's your MVP? Who's your most valuable paisano this episode?
It's a good question because I think again in a short episode, a lot of people found ways to stand out. We talked about
Sure.
Mario having some fun lines, Luigi at the end and stuff.
Mhm.
I think I'm just going to settle down with John Stocker for Toad
Really?
because I loved that so much. Compared to what? And I liked
what?
I mean, I like him having a fucking cousin out of thin air. I just liked that. I think, and then the introduction of his cousin. It's like by a hair, maybe him. But his cousin did have those sunglasses.
My MVP.
Yeah, I'll just say Toad. I'm saying Toad for old time's sake.
Toad's a good MVP to pick. My MVP by a mile is Mario.
Just for jumping out of bed.
That scene is so funny to me. Every line that he says in this is very funny to me. Like,
that's true.
As much as I love the sing-songy Captain Lou and I miss him dearly, this weird gruff, like almost soprano side character Mario is so fucking funny to me. Just the like, hey lady, I ain't your fucking kid, you dumb idiot. I'm a man. I'm a goddamn, look at me, I got a friggin' mustache. It's like, it's just craziness.
Yeah. It is a lot of fun. Like I said, it makes me
bust that everybody. It's like out of control.
I was not dreading watching more, but like I said, I'm way more excited about more now following this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And technically, this was the beginning of the second episode, so maybe they're really
That's true.
locking in early here.
I feel like old Mario was like, just to like, trying to remember what he was like. Old Mario was like, hey Luigi, I'd love to have a big bowl of pasta. And this one,
his
is like, hey Luigi, I'm fucking starving over here, you idiot.
Yeah, I think maybe the key to channeling the good Lou Albano is to think about how it was always like the lines are kind of rough around the edges, mumbly and like rough. So it's just that kind of like, oh, fuck you, Luigi. What are you doing over there? You know what I mean? It was less like, boom, there's the line.
He's a boss, dude. I love Mario. Mario's great.
Mario's great. I like that. It's like a Doctor Who or a James Bond where we've had a few different ones do their own thing, you know?
Yeah.
I would like a new Mario. I think we should do a new one.
I would like to audition.
I think we should be Mario and Luigi. Sorry, Charles. New character models, new everything. I'd be so down for that. We'd have a whole year for us.
That would be great.
Separately. They'd give us years. They'd give us theme parks.
I think it would be a big gig for us. And I think it would be good for them too, because we already have this Mario loving audience.
We know.
I don't think they know that.
We know it. We know it front and back, man.
We'll send an email.
The show I barely remember.
To Miyamoto. Before we go, we have a few Toad voices we need to read.
We have a few.
Yeah, there's two long ones. People are really we told people that you can make us say anything you want. We'll say anything you want in Toad's voice, and they've taken us up on this.
I mean, yeah. The caveat, of course, being that's a fancy ass word. The catch being you got to do it in our review of our podcast. Oh, see, okay, sorry. I was vamping poorly there because I hadn't seen this most recent one that is written. It's scripted.
Yeah, well, that'll be easier for us to do, and I assume we still have to do it in Toad voice.
We're gonna do back and forth. Two Toads, just two Toads.
First is the classic copy pasta of running into someone in the grocery store. I don't remember who the original is.
I'm such a fucking idiot. I was like, I didn't presume this was a true story, but I didn't recognize it as recognizable nonsense. Didn't know this song, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm told it's not an original tune. It's a cover.
No, it's a cover, but it's still a good one. It's a fun cover. So do you want to read this with me? You want to maybe we split?
That's a good one.
We do every other paragraph maybe or something like that?
Yeah, let's do that. And just, it looks like that first paragraph should include that little second one.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
Okay. Let me get some water here.
Okay. Because I'm going to fuck up my voice doing this. This is from Brain Maz. And
this is good. Sometimes
Sorry. I was just going to the title of it is 100% True Story.
Okay. I was going to say these are good to do at the end. Sometimes I think we have forgotten about these, but it's good to save them till the end. You know what I mean? Because there's no sense in like shredding our shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to get fucked up on this. This is going to fuck me up, dude.
All
right, you ready? You want to do first one and I'll do second?
Yeah, I'll kick it off here. Ready?
I think it's about even. So.
Thank you, by the way, Brand, for the 5-star
seriously, thank
review.
you. We appreciate them.
Helps our shit. This is the rule. Not the rule, but this is the deal, you know? I saw Patrick Dempsey at a grocery store in Brooklyn yesterday. I told him how cool it was to meet him in person, but I didn't want to be a douche and bother him and ask him for photos or anything. He said, "Oh, like you're doing now, dude?"
I was taken aback, and all I could say was, huh? But he kept cutting me off and going, huh, and closing his hand shut in front of my face. I walked away, dudes, and continued with my shopping, and I heard him chuckle as I walked off. When I came to pay for my stuff up front, I saw him trying to walk out the doors with like 15 boxes of pasta in his hands without paying, dudes.
The girl at the counter was very nice about it and professional, and was like, "Sir, you need to pay for those first." At first, he kept pretending to be tired and not hear her, but eventually turned back around and brought them to the counter.
When she took the boxes, sorry. When she took one of the boxes and started scanning it multiple times, he stopped her and told her to scan them each individually to prevent any electrical interference, and then turned around and winked at me, dude. I don't even think that's a word. After she scanned each box and put them in a bag and started to say the price, he kept interrupting her by yawning really loudly. And that's it.
That's it.
The end.
It was in Federance.
Oh my god, my throat is done.
Oh man, you got the big line on this next one too.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, let's do it.
Do you want to? Well, I mean, if we're both doing Toad.
They wrote this as this is from LG Lagro, and
Okay.
the title is Consistently Great.
Oh,
And,
thank you. Amazing.
And I think that this is an advertisement for Scientology. But
Sure. It's our rule.
Did we say specifically that we would do Scientology advertisements? I feel like we said something along those lines. But, the point
I
is,
I forget the calls to action we make on this show.
yeah. Oh, I forgot one big thing too. This is a huge
what?
podcast thing that we probably should have said at the beginning. Maybe we'll say it again next week.
Do I know what it
is? We've passed episode 100 technically on our podcast.
That's right. We keep
And I want to
Yeah.
be clear. We're skipping episode 100. So episode
We
100
haven't done it.
hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
And maybe one day we'll get to it. We'll get a real big guest and we'll be like, this is it. This was episode
right.
100.
That's right.
And I think that after every time we have a good episode, we'll be like, I don't know. Was that episode 100? I don't know. It could have been.
Yeah,
It was pretty good.
Maybe, right. Either we actually accidentally hit it, or we have a huge get or something like
But the
that. But yeah,
point
look for
is,
that sometime.
We're not
But
there
yeah,
yet. We're
We're
on
not there
episode
yet. We haven't
101,
forgotten.
102. Who's to say?
Something. Who it starts to say. There's some bonus stuff. There's some lost
Yeah.
ones. There's some half ones. There's some rough early ones. I don't
But
know.
we've skipped
But-
100. 100, we'll get to it eventually.
We'll get to it.
Maybe it'll be 180, 190. No one knows.
It seems weird, but I mean, I just finished playing Yakuza 0, which was like the 8th one. So, what the hell? No rules.
Oh, thank you, Porcupine Racetrack.
Thank you.
So this one, I think
Yes.
we should. It's written as Mark and Jeremy, but I think we should just both do it in the voice of Toad, right?
Yes.
I mean,
so
in our
yeah.
awful our awful Toad voices that become nothing like Toad by the end of the review.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's okay. All right, you ready?
Yes, I got the first one here. Okay, thank you again for the nice review and the nice title and
I just want to say again, we do
nice
not
play.
actually have these thoughts, but this is the script that we were given, and we are
we're beholden.
actors.
And I got to tell you that this is really on point because this is the theme of the show this week. Is that not the theme necessarily, but like it connects in that it's like they wrote a little play for us.
Yes, thank you.
We're doing a little play. We're doing plays on plays. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy. I've been thinking, dude.
What have you been thinking about, Mark?
I've been wondering if maybe I'm missing something in my life.
What a coincidence. I just started reading this great book. Have you felt like all your problems are because your mom said something bad about your dad in a past life? Well, now you can solve all those problems by reading Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard.
Wow, Jeremy, that sounds too good to be true. How can I read this amazing book?
Well, all you need to do is sign here and pay $150,000 in 75 easy payments of $2,000.
Now we're barbecuing.
Hell yeah, baby. Look
Thank you
that
for
up.
writing good. Wow, I think he's
Yeah.
writing good Mark dialogue. That's awesome. It's like,
Hey, and if you liked that script, look up Scientology. You can sign your way away your life and join the Sea Org, which I've heard is pretty fun.
yeah,
Pretty cool little. You hang out with your buddies in the ocean.
you don't have to pay taxes or rent. You just float around out there doing stuff,
Make
reading books. I don't know.
10 cents a day working
Listen.
on a boat.
I fell asleep about 5 minutes into that Leah Remini show, but it seems like they do a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, she's in about a lot of shows. She's in movies.
I was doing well for her and Tom Cruise. They showed us old footage of her. It seemed like she loved it. I'm not sure what she's up to now. I dozed off.
iTunes says we have 100 episodes.
Yeah.
So maybe we're at 100. Anyway.
Maybe that was literally dope. Doesn't matter. We don't want to overthink.
Thanks for listening. That's it, right? Stay out of the woods, baby.
Yeah, stay out of the woods. Get in the woods. Do what you want. Be safe.
Be safe out there.
Goodbye forever. Be somebody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.